You are now rocking to a verbal beat. The most grimy shit on the planet right now.
Peace. Hip-hop is in a state of emergency. Corporate America, the cause of the poverty of our oppressed people, through social stratification by means of capitalism, which forced us to create this art for our own preservation, is now the main benefactor of a movement they initially attempted to ostracize. Before hip-hop was a legitimate way to gain income, if you were in Alkebulan, an original man with no special talents, being a less than equal member of society, your only option was crime. In the midst of one of the darkest hours of the South Bronx, God blessed us with a way out. A positive outlet for the negativity being experienced in that environment. It grew and allowed former gang members, such as Africa Bambaataa, to turn their lives around. Still, police officers would break up jams and events of pioneer DJs, such as DJ Kool Herc, for unlawful assembly, despite it being our constitutional right. When hip-hop hit the mainstream, the upper class tried to slander and discredit it, while their own children were generating most of its sales. After realizing how lucrative hip-hop truly was, they began to capitalize off it. They began having artists sell out, and, breaking from hip-hop's roots of dance and conscious music, their artists would brag about the material gain, having come from poverty, while in reality only receiving about 10% of the profit they produced. This caused true hip-hop to go underground. With mainstream hip-hop having evolved into nothing more than glam rap today, today's society has begun to get bored of it. It simply got old, causing sales to plummet. In lieu of this, corporate America has begun to take true hip-hop artists from the underground in an attempt to revive their dying mainstream fan base. We can't allow this to happen. If we do, even the underground will eventually die. Hip-hop as we know it will cease to exist. Hip-hop, true hip-hop, is meant to convey a message. It is truly a soul-sonic force meant to uplift and empower an oppressed people. It allows us to tell our story in a society that normally cares not to listen. It allows us to share our own wisdom and experience for the next generation. However, when rappers promote materialism, it simply degrades the mind. The wisdom is lost, and it's no longer art being created, but merely nonsense. This is what hip-hop is at risk of transforming into. What mainstream rap now is, having lost the art in pursuit of mere profit. Whether you believe it or not, music, the media in general, has the largest influence on society. With commercial rap losing its influence, hip-hop now has the opportunity to gain it back. However, if we allow it to take the same path as rap, we can only expect the same results. We have to preserve this art for the sake of our people, for the lower class as a whole. It's truly our last hope in a system that will eventually eradicate us. We're at war. Hip-hop's at war. Between the real and the fake. The real being the wisdom and truth we're meant to convey. The influence we have that can be used positively to change this system for the better. From its very roots, the individual, and the fake being the material gain and capitalist view of that influence. If we allow real hip-hop to prevail, we'll eventually cause a positive change on society as a whole, no matter how long it takes. However, if fake hip-hop is allowed to triumph, we may never manifest the true society that we all wish for. We are at the cusp of a decision that will affect mankind for years to come. Which side are you on?